Hi Stampers, Rose Ward, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel today, and I hope you enjoy it. Today what I've decided to show you is a great new kit called Incredibly Like You Project Kit. Now this kit comes in 2 pieces, so you do have to order the project kit and then the stamp set, and I will show you both. Comes with this great nice little case, which is very hard plastic. It's got a pretty little emblem on there to keep your projects done when you're finished. Also, you get in the kit, you get some glimmer paper. These are for 2 of the projects that you'll see. I've already done some of them. These are some little leaves that you're going to poke out. You get all the laser tags die cut already. And you get the laser designer series paper, I guess you would call it. That's what we call it anyway. And there's 2 left for each one. Okay. So let's see. I've done a couple of each card already so that you can get an idea. That one's kind of stuck on there. Okay. And you also get these glimmer paper tags, which are already cut out. And here's some more of the die cuts. And there. Now let me show you the cards that you'd be getting. So you get 4 of each. I've already done 2 to show you, so you get 2 of those. 2 of these. You're not going to believe how great these come out. These are absolutely gorgeous. And this. Now these can be found on the Occasions catalog on page 21, and everything you need is in the kit. They also give you, I'll just pull this in, some dimensionals and also some rhinestones. So let me show you the first one. And you also get the envelopes. Okay, so that's the first one. I just added a little sequin on that one. And let me see, the second one is right here. So let me bring that one in. You can use the directions the way they say to use them, or you can incorporate other stamp sets. Okay, these 2 are the same. I didn't stamp the inside yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to be using with those. I like to stick them back in the envelope so I can keep them all together. The next one I want to show you is this one. Okay. So you get enough to make 4 of those. I've done 2 already. The next one is this one. Great. And again, not a lot of stamping, but it's great if you need a card quickly or if you're a new stamper. This is the way to go. And this one's absolutely beautiful. Now, what I can tell you is with this kit, when you buy the stamp set Incredibly Like You and the project kit, another $6 will get you a free stamp set. So in the Occasions catalog, these are in the Occasions catalog, and if you spend $50, you can get a free stamp set. And let me just show you one that would go great with it because it's got a lot of sayings. The Sale A Bration, Part of My Story, would also go with this stamp set, or project kit. So let me show you real quick one of the ones that you can do with this. Be prepared to get glitter all over because you will. Okay, so let me bring this one in. And this one. Here we go. Okay, so here's your card base. Now, you can do this any way that's easiest for you. What I find for me, on this one, because it's a wider one, I'll go ahead and put some snail on here. You can use tear tape. My suggestion when there's a lot of glitter is to use tear tape because it will hold it better. So I'm just gluing that down. Whoop, I'm just gluing that down. You see how easy that comes back up? So I'm just putting that down just to keep it in place. Then I'm going to flip it around. It might be a little off center, but it doesn't matter. It's going to get closed up. I like to use tear tape, again, when I'm using anything with glimmer paper because it's stronger and it holds better. So what I would do, now this doesn't come with the kit, but this could be your add-on so that you could get your free stamp set. And see, I'm just layering that over. Whoop. Just shot that right across the room. Okay, and just gonna do that. I'm not perfect with my videos, but I hope you enjoy them. Okay. I'm just gonna put that on there. There we go. And then I'm just going to take your pick tool and lift that up. Complete silence while I'm doing it, right? Let's just grab that. Now get rid of that. Now what I can do is just lay that right on the top of my card. And you can do it either way. It doesn't matter which way you're going to do it. This way it's going there. Okay, so the next piece I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this laser cut. That goes in there. And then I'm going to stamp this piece. And also what comes with that is some twine. It's just over here, which I forgot to show you. Mine got a little messed up, but that's okay. Now, this one in the kit shows, you know, just a little bow. So I'll just go ahead and tie that before I go any further. This is only my second YouTube video. I do Facebook Lives, and then I bring them over to YouTube, but now I'm doing exclusive YouTube channel videos. Gives me a chance to showcase a lot more products. I just want this a little bit shorter, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Okay. All right, so I got that ready. Now, I'm going to go ahead and snail this down. Glue that down. If you don't use snail, use Tombow, whichever works. I'm going to just put that right there. And here's the stamp, or here's the tag to stamp. Now, I'm going to grab, hope your day is as amazing as you. I'm just going to ink that up with the lovely lipstick. Now, remember, if you are using a stamp that you can see through, a clear stamp, you want to use our paper piercing mat. I usually put some paper over it so it doesn't mess it up, but you want to get that better pressure. Go ahead and stamp that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right here. But here I'm going to use the dimensionals that came with it. And I'm not stingy on my dimensionals. They're inexpensive if you were to buy them. And with the kit, you get a whole sheet, as you can see right here. So you have plenty. Again, take your pick tool, but I'm just going to grab it with my nail. I'm going to go ahead and place that on there. And then my little bow, I'm going to use glue dots, which also come with the kit. So it really gives you almost everything you need. But then again, you can add things to it. It's up to you, okay? And my glue dots are missing. I'm always losing something when I'm on live TV. Okay, so where's my little... Okay, so I'm just going to put a little snail on that since I lost my glue dots. And we're just going to put that right there. Okay. And then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and use some of those great rhinestones and put a couple of those on. So I'm just going to put 2 here and maybe 1 over here. And there you have it. You already have a card made up. So that's one of the first cards. Isn't that a cute card? And again, you can use any of the sayings in the kit, since this says, hope your day is as amazing as you are. And then we can put inside, so glad we are friends. So let's go ahead and stamp that on the inside. I line it up on my grid paper. If you have the Stamparatus, you can also use that. Okay. Hope your day is as amazing as you are. So glad we are friends. Could be a birthday card, thinking of you card, whichever you decide. And of course you got the envelopes that come with it, so I would just put this away to use at a later time. Now the next one I'm going to show you is a little more effort to it, but not much. Okay, this is the next card. And the reason I say that is because, let me just close this up. These laser die cuts that we have here are a little bit more intricate. So what I use, and everybody has their own opinion of what is better or what they like, I like to use our detailed glue. The reason I use the detailed glue is because it's a thin, fine point. Now this, you'll see, it goes right up there. It lines right up with those flowers. You could use Tombow. I know a lot of people like Tombow, but for me this works. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some detailed glue right in here. I'm not going to put a lot on all. You don't have to do everything here. I try to find the wider spaces or where I can put dots. And I'm starting with the inside so that I don't have to do the outside and then reach over. This does dry pretty fast, so you want to work at a good pace. And then just a thin line all the way around. You don't want to use a lot. This is one of those things that less is more, okay? Definitely less is more here because you don't want it squishing out the edges. And if you don't get a lot in the inside here, it's okay because you're going to have some things laying down in there which you're going to hold that in place, okay? Now, one thing I will tell you with the detailed glue, you want to hurry up and close that up because it does dry fast and you won't be able to get that little pin back in there. If you do, if it starts getting dried up, you can run it under hot water and that should help you. Okay, so mine's tight, mine's all closed up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it around ever so gently. Fingers might get a little sticky. Oop, wrong way. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to line it up with those dots right there, those yellow dots. And lay it down. And like I said, it dries very fast. So you just want to put that aside for a minute. Let that dry. And then again, you're going to bring in those laser cut pieces. There's a wide one and a smaller banner one. You want the wider one. And again, you want this laser piece. And we're going to use the same stamp, but we're going to use a different color. So I'm just going to clean it and make sure it's clean. Bring this in. Line that up. I like to use my grid paper to make sure I got everything the way I want it. And you see what I almost did. So I want to bring in my paper piercing mat. Lay that on there. It just gives you a better image if you use that. So if you can see through the stamp, you want to use the paper piercing mat. We're going to move that over here. Bring this one in. And we're just going to snail that down. Okay. Now, here's a little trick, okay? you're going to use the dimensionals here. But again, this is so glittery that you want to make sure that you have dimensionals on each side so that you get a little bit of the dimensional over here. Does that make sense? So it reaches some of the paper, the cardstock there, so it will hold it down better. So I'm just going to put it right at the edge. You're not going to see it, but you're going to grab some of that cardstock so it holds on to it better, because the glimmer paper sometimes makes it a little less sticky. Okay. Bring in my take your pick tool. Put that over there. And then I'm just going to lay that right in the middle. Again, I'm going to take the baker's twine that comes with it. Aren't these colors just gorgeous? I mean, we're just getting over Christmas, not even into the new year, and I'm thinking spring already. But I do, right after Christmas, okay, I'm ready for spring. And again, I don't know where my glue dots are. I always have them right in here, and they are missing. They do come with the kit, so I'm not sure why I don't have them right here. Probably under some papers. But when all else fails, just, here's another little trick. Just roll a little snail on there. It'll work. And you have the second card. I hope your day is as amazing as you. Now let me just show you, maybe I want to not use the stamp sets that come in there. Maybe I want to put something else. Let's see. So this has some great sayings. So how about, know today a friend is thinking of you. Or let's get together and giggle. That's kind of nice too. But how about, hope your day is as amazing as you. I'm so glad you are part of my story. Any of those work. Okay, so you can use that set, which you can get free with this kit, and another $6, okay? So, there you go. And here we go with this one. So, these are done. Easy. Quick and simple. Okay, so the next one I want to show you on here, because it's pretty cool, is this one. Now, that just looks like a bunch of bubbles, right? But watch what happens when you line this up. Now it looks like slices of fruit. I like that. So again, I would take my glue. Don't do it on the card. Go ahead and bring that. I put them in the middle dots, wherever you can get some glue. Bring it down here. Take your time doing this so you don't get a lot of glue all over. Card kits are great. I'll tell you something else they're great for. Sometimes you want to stamp, but you don't really know what to stamp. You're not in the creative mood. This will get you in the creative mood. And again, I line it up to the ones up here. I know my lighting's a little off. Just lay that down. Put it over here to set for a few minutes. And then bring in the other things that you're going to need. Okay, so with that, I am going to need the round one, laser cut piece, and the smaller banner, which is right here. And we're going to use one of the yellow laser cuts. Okay. So this is actually going to go like this. Okay. Now I'm going to use the saying that comes with it, I adore you. And we're going to go ahead and close up the Coastal Cabana. go back to the lovely lipstick. Now, this is going to go right here. Like I said, you can put dimensionals or you can lay it down flat. I think, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put dimensionals here. I want it to pop up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put the dimensionals here. Go ahead and put that right there first. I'm going to take a little snail to the back of this. Lay that right down. Then I'm going to take the baker's twine, and if you look at the picture, it'll show you that it's rounded. What I'm going to do, it's a round kind of thing. Let me show you how I do that. Okay. So what I do, and I'm just looking for my, there we go. Okay. So you want a little of this baker's twine like this. What I do is put a little snail on there, roll it around my fingers, however large or small you want it, and then I lay it in here, a little off-centered, so that I can grab those pieces that I don't want showing and move it around a little bit. Okay, so that's going to go right there. Now, I'm going to use dimensionals on this too. Now, I use that glue, or the snail, to hold it down. Now, another little trick I use is I put dimensionals right over the baker's twine onto the back of this, so it actually holds it in place even more for when you're putting it on your card. Okay, and then I'll put one extra one on here, right about there. And if you wanted, you could put one there. The 4 of those will hold it, but it'll also keep your baker's twine held down. And then I'm just going to lay that right on top there. Okay. Then again, I'm going to bring in these rhinestones that come with it. And I'm just going to put one here. Maybe one here, wherever you want. Maybe one right there. There you go. So that's your next card. Okay. And then the last card. Let's just pull that one out. Is this one. And with this one, you're going to use what I call the lattice, because it does look like lattice to me. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our detailed glue. Now this one, just do a few dots inside here. Again, you're going to be putting some sentiments and everything on there, so you don't need a lot. Again, you're just going to very gently put a nice thin line. Right here. The other thing I like about the detailed glue is when I get it on the card, if I'm missing a spot, this is so narrow, you can push it under there, like under there, and get a little more glue in there if you need it. Okay, that should be enough. Lift it up. Now this one you don't have to line up, okay? Well, you do have to line it up to the card, but there's no lining it up to like those bubbles to make them look like fruit. All right, so that's going to be put over there. Now again, we've got these pieces, the laser cut pieces. So we have this one, and then we have some flowers. So I'm just going to take 3 of those out. And then we have these laser die cuts. Now, this I will tell you, I lost the top to my pick tool. Okay, so what I do is put those aside. Just gently pull these out. And you have 2 different kinds here. You have that one where you're going to poke out the leaves. You could also use your little brush for the die cuts for this. But these come out pretty easy. They're cut pretty well. And then you have the one that's a full leaf. Okay, so let's just take 2 of those. I think I want 3 of those. And you can use it anyway. You don't have to do it exactly like the pictures. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, get that glitter off there, is I'm going to take, I'm So Glad We're Friends, clean that off. Because for this one, I'm going to go back to the Coastal Cabana. Again, this is a great idea for somebody that's new to stamping or avid stampers like this, because they can make quick, easy cards that look absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to stamp that down. You see all what I did? I forgot to use my pad, but of course it came out okay. It doesn't always though, so I caution you about using that. Okay, so for this one, this is going to go right here. What I like to do is flip it over, and again, I'm putting some snail here so that when I put my pieces down, it will hold it in place. It will hold everything in place. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get some of this baker's twine. And you see, I'm almost done with doing all the cards, and look at all this baker's twine I have left. Again, I'm just going to open it like that. Now this one I might want the ends. Actually, this one I think I'm going to do in a bow, a large bow. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's going behind everything. I'm just going to kind of lay that down here. Maybe have a little tail there. Open that up. Again, the directions are on the directions that come with it, but you can change it up. So there, we have a little bit of, just cut that a little bit. So I'm going to move him, put a little snail right there. I do want to move him. Let's just move him there. Okay. The other reason I like to do that is because then I can decide where I want my leaves. Okay, so that'll hold them in place until I get the card all together. So for this one, you're just going to poke out those pieces. And this I could have done ahead of time, so you don't have to watch me poke out all these little pieces. There we go. And one more, but they come out so quick anyway. And there's actually pieces left over after you're done with all these cards. Stampin' Up! Gives you a lot of extras. So you can go ahead and make some alternative cards with what you have left. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Let's see, put a little more snail there to hold it into place. Again, I'm just using a little snail back there. Let's see, I think I want this one right here. And then I'll take one of the fuller ones and move it right there. Okay, so there's that side. And then with these two, I'm just going to do the same thing over here, but I'm just using 2 of them. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that there. And lay that one right over it. If it's not going to... There we go. And then you bring your card in amongst all the glitter. Figure out where you want it. Now you see, this is over a little bit too far. That's why I use the snail, because now I can just lift these up and move them down a little bit. So you can keep playing with it till you get it right, or right where you want it. Again, I'm gonna push that down. Still got a little stick to it. Let's see if that's gonna fix it. This one's still over a little bit too far, so we'll lift him up, move him down a little bit more. You could even cut those off and use them again. You know, use the other pieces. Okay, getting there. I like the spray to be very wide because they're such gorgeous pieces. But of course it won't fit in your envelope if you do that. So let's just move him down to about there. Once I have it where I want it, which is right now, I'm going to go back in, take my dimensionals like I did before, put those over everything to hold it in place. Okay. Again, this is just my tip. This is the way I work. Everybody has their own way. Now, I've got 4 in there to hold that all down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple extras here. Okay. And maybe one right there. Dimensionals are inexpensive, so you can use a lot of them. I use a lot of them. If you don't, you risk the, you know, your project coming apart, and you spent all this time doing this. You don't want to have it fall apart on you. Even though these are very, very sticky and very sturdy. Okay. Put that right in the middle there. Just pull this out to where we want it. Voila. There's your 4th card. And then bring in the rhinestones. Now for this, I'm going to show you something a little bit different. We have the regular rhinestones, but I'm going to go ahead and color them. So let me just show you that. You can take our rhinestones and use our blends. I have lovely lipstick, and I also have the light coral. But I think I'm going to use the lovely lipstick. I think it'll show up better. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Your blends will color and will not come off. So it's a great way to add some color. I'm going to put one right here. And because it's lovely lipstick, I'm going to put it down on the grapefruit color. Grapefruit Grove. Okay. So that's just a little bit different because I colored the rhinestones. So let me bring these back in so you can see them. Oh, almost forgot. I got 3 little flowers to use. So with those, let's do this. Okay, the first one, see, I almost forgot my little flowers. How could I do that? He is out. Grab the other one. Always have another one waiting. Put a little snail there because I want that one flat. Then I'm going to use a dimensional for these. That one. So it sticks out. And this one. Right there. So let's bring those rhinestones back in again and color 3 more. So this is a little alternative to your project. Put that right in the middle. Right in the middle. There you go. And again, I still have a lot of pieces left over, so I can make a few alternatives. Okay, so again, this is the Incredible Like You card kit. Makes great cards. Everything you need is there. You order the stamp set, and then you get the card kit, which I can't show you the actual page, but I can show you this part of it. Let's bring in the cards again. Oh, I forgot to put some rhinestones on that one. This one's the one with the rhinestones. So you have this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. There's the 4 cards to this project kit. So I hope you enjoyed my YouTube video. And again, thank you for watching. Happy stamping. If you need to contact me, Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Thank you. Have a great day. Happy New Year. Bye.